What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Tuti's Backyard Builds. Hope everyone is doing fine. So as you've seen on my previous video, I ended up getting a new Gbody, my 1987 Buick Regal T package. As y'all know, man, I stay hurt when I sold my last turbo Buick Regal LS. And I promised y'all I was gonna give me another Buick Regal to build up. And so I ended up finding a super rare clean one. Make sure you look at my previous video, and I did a whole walkthrough of that car. So you guys know the way I like to build them up, man, from the bottom up. So I'm gonna be giving y'all some fire content. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the love and support. So today what we got going on is that we will be removing the original motor and transmission off my new Gbody. So yep, let's get to it. YouTube, what's going on? As you see, I started removing the original V8 307 motor that's on my 87 Buick Regal. So as you see, got the radiator out, condenser, fan, everything in the front that will be on the way. Got it removed, pollution pump, power steering hose. I got under the car, removed the wires from the starter, transmission cross member, the drive shaft. She is ready to come out, man. The only thing I am missing is to take out the motor mount bolts. And honestly, I think she'll be ready to come out. I loosened up the manifolds as well. And all the grounds, everything that was connected to it. AC hose, everything. So yep, she's ready to come out, guys. Let's get to it. All right, YouTube, you see what's going on, man. We snatched the motor out with the transmission. So what I'm gonna do now is just a bunch of cleaning, man. Remove the exhaust, clean up that firewall real good. I'm gonna leave it on degreaser for a day or two. Let it soak up real good. Then remove all that grease. Get a grinder, attach a wire brush to it, and remove all that gunk stuck to it. Smooth out that firewall real good before we drop some paint on here, man. But want to leave this engine bay nice and clean, man. But yeah, YouTube, you see what's going on, man. We work. All right, YouTube, a question that I do get asked a lot is where do I run my wire harness and computer when I do my LS swaps on my Gbodies? I'm gonna show you guys now. Let me go inside the car real quick. Gbodies, you have the computer, the factory computer, located here on the passenger side kick panel. Now, the harness connected to the computer runs through the firewall to the front of the engine. I'll show you guys. So from that passenger kick panel, the harness runs through the firewall underneath this AC box, travels up along through the wheel well and comes up here. So you see, this is the original harness. As you see, I removed everything carefully, make sure I didn't damage none of the pins, connectors. So that's actually exactly how I run my LS swap harness. So I leave the computer on the passenger side kick panel. I run the harness through the firewall, but instead of coming up here through the wheel well, I stay underneath the AC box and travel all along through the back of the motor and then distribute everything out through the top. I like my engine bay to be clean where you don't really see no wires. That's the reason why I stay underneath the AC box and then come up behind the motor. So that's the way I run my LS swap harness. That's a question that I do get asked a lot, so hopefully it'll help somebody out. There's different ways of running. I've seen people open up holes through here and run it through there. I mean, honestly, it's up to you, man, however you want to run it. I'm just showing you guys the way I run it, you know? But yeah, I'm gonna start removing the harness now. removing the wheel wells, start cleaning up this engine bay, removing the motor mounts, everything that got to come out. Already removed the little 10mm bolts that go throughout here through the fender that connects the wheel wells to the fender. So there she goes. And out she goes. Do the driver's side now. Remove the harness. And yep, keep on with the removing. All right, took the 10mm bolts out on the driver's side wheel wells, connected to the fender. Taking this out. So I wanted to share with y'all real quick. Another question that I do get asked a lot is what wires to stay with and what wires to eliminate when doing an LS swap on the Gbody. So you do not want to eliminate any of the wires coming out the fuse panel on the driver's side. I'm gonna go over each wire with y'all real quick. I think I know them from the top of my head. If I do a mistake, please correct me if I'm wrong. So this right here is your starter bundle. This went into your starter on your original motor. This basically what powers up your fuse panel. Shout out to my boy Turbo Chris. He actually put me up on something that makes perfect sense. He leaves the fusible links up top just for easier access and just runs that purple wire to the ignition on the starter. I don't know if you guys ever had an issue one of these fusible links going bad on you on the Gbody. I did on my old Buick Regal. I had one of these go bad on me. I started having so many electrical issues. Backlights weren't working, my interior lights weren't working. Bro, I was going crazy trying to look for that issue, man. I couldn't figure it out until somebody told me, check your fusible links on your starter. I did. I ended up finding out they were burnt. Changed them. Everything was working perfectly fine. So by leaving them up top, easier access, just in case they ever go bad on y'all, you could replace them real quick. What else? So you have the AC plug that connects to your passenger side, and this one went to your original AC compressor. You have the brown wire. This one you'll connect to your oil pressure sending unit. You have your oil pressure gauge working on the inside. You have your green one for your temp gauge. You want your original temperature gauge inside to be working. You connect it to the green one to your temperature sending unit. The white one here, I believe this one right here is your tachometer. That's for your RPM gauge to work. Then you have this pink one right here. This one went into your distributor. So this is your 12-volt ignition source. Yep, I believe I covered them all. Hopefully I'll be able to help somebody out, man. All right. So wheel wells, motor, transmission, everything has been removed. So before I start with any of the cleaning, I gotta lift up the car on jack stands and remove the complete factory suspension with differential. Don't make sense of me cleaning the firewall real good and start cleaning the, engine bay here, and the control arms are in the way and everything like that. So want to make sure everything is removed. That way I could clean up the complete chassis, firewall, undercarriage, everything, man. You guys know the way I like to do it, man. I'm not dropping no new parts on this car until the whole thing is nice and clean and painted, man. You guys know the way I like to do it, man. So yeah, so on my next video, stay tuned. I'll be putting this car up on jack stands and removing the complete factory suspension, differential, and start with the whole cleaning process, man. This whole thing got to be soaked up with degreaser. I'm gonna let it sit about a day or two, and then what I like to do is attach a wire brush to a grinder and start grinding everything off, man. See all that firewall there, all that glue, all that stuff that's stuck to it, the chassis, all that gunk, everything got to be cleaned up, man. Nice and smooth, primer everything up and get everything nice and painted, man. So yep, stay tuned on my next video, man. We will be removing everything out. I also have to give you guys an update on everything I got for the car. As I mentioned on my previous video, I got the complete suspension for this car, the motor. I actually built the motor up already, so I got a whole video of me building the motor. I got to give you guys an update on that as well. So got a lot of fire content coming up ahead, man. So if you're new to the channel, again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate all the love and support, man. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, what you guys would like to see on my next video. But appreciate all the love and support, guys. Peace.